time for the show. It's time for the show. It's time for the show. Time for the show. Hip hop hooray show right now. Let's go, everybody. It's time for the show. Welcome to Call Kass. We are streaming live from the back of the old Castronics that used to be a Best Buy, that used to be a Circuit City, and is going to be something new, probably a Pilates studio. What's going on? I'm Kass. That's Case.
Hello, everybody.
What's up, Case?
Not too much.
You guys ready for my 1 day a week stream?
Oh,
God,
baby.
I feel like a piece of shit being a part-time streamer. I'm like a full-time streamer charging a part-time streamer's body, dude.
Part-time streamer, full-time dad.
Actually, I'm a father now.
Yeah, congrats, Kass.
And you're all my kids. We got a lovely show for you tonight. I am very excited to be here. I've been really missing the Cream Teamers and my buddy Case. And every time Monday rolls around, I go, look at a long day. But at least at the end of it, it's a little treat. It's like a little dessert. I get to go online. I get to stream. I get to say hi to my friends and family.
Yeah. It's good to see
Not
you
a single
again, Father
actual
Kassem.
family member. It's good to be here, son.
Thank you.
I thought today, at the advice of Tasty Zero, that we would listen to some of these voicemails that we've let pile up that I have here.
We have.
And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, more than 10. And then we're going to open up the lines to you, the guys who have to give us the content, because we don't prepare. We're not coming here with anything prepared. It's up to you. Okay? We don't fucking do that at all.
Yeah,
Not
we
only
do
am
have
I
a good
streaming
amount.
1 day a week, I don't even prepare for it. One thing we do prepare for is our Patreon, which is a reminder, will be Thursday this week. Thursday Patreon. And then I swear to you all, for the at least 2 weeks after that, we're back on Wednesdays where we're watching Vince McMahon.
How'd you like episode 2?
Really liked episode 2. I'm liking them all so far. It's fun. It's just tough not to enjoy like wrestling footage. Like, it doesn't matter. I know people are being abused, okay? I know there's women being absolutely essayed. I know there are people wrestling through major injuries. I know people are being stabbed in the back, stabbed in the front, razor bladed on the forehead. But just something about seeing Hulk Hogan body slam Andre the Giant takes me back to when I was 6 years old, or 8 years old, however old I was. And I feel warm and fuzzy, even though I now know that it was a very problematic and basically crimes are being committed during that whole time.
Yeah, unfortunately, the fact it's such a circus, the like things they put up with so that Hulk Hogan can wear a feather boa and body slam someone makes it so endlessly fascinating that it's this mountain of just torture, and at the top of it is
crazy.
a blonde spray tan Florida man. It's being like,
Yeah.
we're doing this together, brother.
And it works. It absolutely fucking works. And I remember when Hulk went to WCW, so that's kind of where we left off in episode 2. Hulk's at WCW. Vince McMahon's talking about just being completely blindsided. And, this guy whose career he made felt like he got stabbed in the back. And then you got Ted Turner. We're going to do wrestling. We're going to do it our way. And he's just, this like WCW, the WWF, WCW wars it was a gift to all of us wrestling fans at the time. It was a really good time. I don't know. I don't really pay attention to wrestling now, but I know there are other orgs that people watch, but nothing comes close to the size of WWE, if I am correct. Is that right?
Yeah, WWE in the 80s had the biggest, most swollen audience.
Mm-hmm. But now there are other wrestling organizations, but they're all like small rinky-dink stuff, right?
Well, there's AEW, which is...
Oh, okay. Yes,
Yeah.
That's right. I don't want to say they're rinky-dink, but they are They're the next biggest, correct?
Yeah, they're the next biggest. There's New Japan. There's TNA technically, but WWE is significantly bigger than AEW, which is significantly bigger than all the other ones.
It's good for wrestling if there are competitors, and then eventually one of them will get big enough to really, until WWE buys them out or something.
Those kind of lucha companies, Triple A.
Ooh, I like it. I like the lucha. When Rey Mysterio Jr. was out there spinning, doing his thing, it was an exciting time for me. You just didn't see moves like that. You see The Rock come out, pull his elbow pad off, and just like fall down. But then Rey Mysterio Jr., which came between the ropes, do a fucking 360 backwards flips. I mean,
his whole
that to
pants
me
off, puts him back on mid move.
Yeah, the whole thing. Is that his dinghy? Nope, I can't tell. His pants are back on. That was real fun. So if you are a wrestling fan and you haven't watched the Vince McMahon doc, we're doing that Wednesday nights after our Patreon episode, which happens usually Wednesday, but this week it'll be Thursday, 6 p.m. Pacific, and then at 7 p.m. Pacific, we do the Vince McMahon watch along. So come out, join us, and we do other stuff too. After Vince McMahon, who knows what we'll get into. And we do movie nights, and we'd love to have you. Case, before I get to these voicemails, and I know we'll probably cover this on our Patreon episode, but did you see Elon Musk at the Trump? Oh, yeah. You closed your eyes for a good 2 Mississippi there. What went through your head? What were you thinking when you saw that? And can you describe what you recall from that clip for the folks who haven't seen the recent Donald Trump rally highlights?
I feel like every day, what's the name of the candidate that went, yeah? Howard Dean?
Oh, yeah, Howard Dean.
Yeah, it's the further we get from Howard Dean in the 2000s saying his yeah, and people saying that sunk his political campaign, the worse I feel for him, because since then it's like there's a yeah every day. This is one of the more extreme versions, and granted Elon's not running for office, but it's like if after doing the yeah, he just kind of then like ran in place for a few minutes. He's so fucking springy and then said the N-word. And weird. My favorite thing to come out of it, though, is various calls online saying, like, he's on the spectrum, leave him alone. Quit being ableist with Elon Musk while he talks at the Trump rally.
Which is a low-key burn, which is like...
it's sort of a burn, yeah.
Yeah, because I'm assuming they're joking, but maybe they're not. I don't know. It seems like we have to treat him... like he's special. And if you looked at him jump, I don't know what you would call those jumps, but they were like little yippies, little poorly, from a man who generally does not throw his weight in that direction, like against gravity often. He did it like 3 times. And if you were directing a commercial and you were giving the actor the note of, okay, you just won $1 million prize. We're gonna freeze frame on your jump. You just gotta jump for joy.
Yeah.
And then the way he jumped was just so bad. It was so, he didn't sell anything. He didn't look like he was...
Yeah, it's like if Tim and Eric casted a guy off the... they used to try to find the weirdest guys to be in their show.
Of course.
And they tried to find the weirdest guy to like jump and act excited. I don't think they could find a weirder guy. They could only get Elon to do that.
It's a fantastic comparison. Elon's face, his look, like when he was like sort of like, his head was tilted down, and they were comparing it to all the... Yeah. The Full Metal Jacket, like... I don't know what was going on with that guy. He made the comment that because he had a black MAGA hat, he was like, MAGA, but I'm dark MAGA. And it was just so fucking lame with his Occupy Mars shirt. He's just such a fucking dork. Like, I don't know how else to say it, except he's a fucking dork. And
maybe this is how
he
has no
self-awareness.
17th century Austria to be ruled by the Habsburgs. They just wheel out another like jawless mutant, and you have to be like, very good, sir.
I'm the prince. Unreal. And the one thing I was cruising, I was like, oh fuck, like God fucking, this guy runs Twitter. He's not he's obviously just so out and proud with what side he's on. I want the worst to happen to him. And then I saw as a headline this morning that Geico has decided to stop insuring Cybertrucks altogether. So you cannot get car insurance if you own a Cybertruck through Geico, because they were just like, it's not worth it. Every other day or week, there seems to be some sort of recall. You guys are on your own. I thought that was so funny.
I'd like to imagine it's punishment, but I guess it is, just for a different thing that he mishandled, aka constructing a usable truck that won't break every 5 seconds.
All he had to do was just make a truck and it's not like he had to make one from scratch. He has made cars successfly and for a while now.
He's got a really popular car out there. You would think that sorry, let me mute this.
Oh, there it is. He gets no hang time. There's no air, right? You couldn't ollie like a wheelchair ramp with that. Like that, there is no way.
Yeah, you're not even jumping over a mouse.
4 inches.
Your mouse is just running into your shoe and not even getting squished because there's not enough air. It's just at the front of your shoe still.
Unbelievable. Can you pull up, by the way, as we transition, get ready for these voicemails, since in our intro to Call Kass, we have the Boglins, right?
Yeah.
There is a trailer for a movie called Frankie Freako that I haven't watched yet, but I thought would really fit the tone of our show real well. Maybe we could watch it together.
Oh yeah, I actually have seen this, man. I do think you'll like it.
It's like Freddy Freaker, but it's Frankie Freako. And those of you that are subscribed to Case, you have access to the Boglin emotes. This is it's wonderful timing, because I was gonna watch it when I got home. I'm like, oh, I'll just watch it on stream. Okay, here we go.
Connor had it all. The perfect job.
Man. Hey.
The perfect girl.
You look like a movie star.
Which one?
Gary Busey.
The perfect life.
You know anything about this Frankie Freako guy? He's like a little gremlin that likes to party.
You shouldn't call numbers like that.
Until one day, things got Freako.
Hello?
This is Frankie.
Yeah, buddy. Are you ready?
Ready for what?
I hear you. I just hear your voice.
Yes! I'm ready to party!
Takes a lot of turns, honestly, though.
Oh,
honestly, I feel like this is the movie you would make.
We're here to help you
possible, yeah.
loosen up.
High
We're gonna party
compliment.
hard, and then we'll be on our way.
This is a new movie which we would make.
Shamadoo.
Listen, you little freaks. I'm gonna make you pay.
Is everything all right? You sound stressed.
Oh, no. Don't pick it up!
Frankie! What is going on?
They found us! You can't escape me!
Unbelievable.
When the world is in peril.
Where are we?
No more games, Frankie. No one runs from me.
Oh,
You're
wow.
mine.
They go to the world.
Don't be a hero.
This is bad.
I believe in you.
Let's boogie!
Be a freako.
I am legitimately excited for this.
He's got a little freako.
Frankie Freako.
President Munch needs a new concubine.
He's a keeper. Ow!
Well, there you have it.
Wait, did I miss it? October 4th?
It's out, yeah. I think you can probably currently watch it. Even
It
the
was only in
president
there for
is even
one
named
day.
Munch, who's a guy who's on my stream. So maybe I did make this, and I just went. to a
Maybe you
fugue state.
fucking, yeah, you fell down some sort of psilocybin hole, and you wrote this movie, and you came back out.
I've been Hermione.
It looks
myself.
really fun.
That does.
I don't know. Like, to me, when I watch that, I'm like, I just want to know the rules of the world. I want to see the little Boglin world. I want to see just like, I'm sure the movie is so fucking hard to make, but like sometimes you just need a movie like that to cleanse the palate after a Joker de Fiore.
Did you see the Joker de Fiore?
I didn't see it yet.
Yeah.
But I just like that movie seems to take itself pretty seriously. Maybe it doesn't, but like the antithesis to a movie like Joker or Joker Fiore would be Frankie Freako.
Yeah.
Which
Instead
is
of a
not
movie
taking
that for
itself
some
seriously,
reason
but-
had to be made due to weird studio requirements and audience demand, it's a movie no one asked for that one person really wanted. I do prefer the second one. Apple Dapple liked
Apple
Joker.
Dapple says they liked it. Well, I actually hear that it's not as bad as everyone.
I've been hearing some snapback on the hate rubber band.
Right. I've heard that it's just disappointing if you are expecting, because we were told it was a musical, but like Lady Gaga, from what I understand, doesn't really sing in it, or like not in a Lady Gaga way, I guess, which is like understandable, I guess. But it's not like when you watch Star is Born and you're getting some bangers belted out.
It does
by
feel
Lady
like you would
Gaga.
at least have Lady Gaga kind of go full musical. I mean, why
Yeah.
not? It would
why,
be the question.
Why else? Yeah, why else? It's one of those things where I feel like that's the whole reason you cast her. Otherwise, you need somebody who can act, but also, more importantly, can sing.
Have you seen this
I wonder
clip?
if she's
People
like, "No, I'm
are
not
spreading
singing."
around this very legitimate clip, I'm sure, of someone using an AI lip reader on this moment after Gaga and Joaquin watched it.
Ooh, what's it say?
It's horrible.
Haha. No, it's not. Don't say that.
I do think it was.
You think so?
Certainly.
Oh, why is that?
Yes.
Why? What are you talking
The ending
about?
could have been different.
No, I loved it.
Did? Yikes.
Todd, great film.
Anyway, I have no idea. It kind of does look like he goes, "It's horrible," but now that I've seen them say it, it's kind of on my brain.
That makes me love him even more, if he's able to be that objective about his. But there is a woman who does lip readings on TikTok. I gotta see if she's done one lip reading lady TikTok, because that's her whole deal. Lip reading lady. Oh fuck, come on. I wonder if she's done. I really would be curious to know. It's me, Jackie. Okay, here we go. Her TikTok is Tis Me Jackie G.
Tis me.
And Tis Me Jackie G. And I'm gonna see if she's done Joker too. I'm just gonna, and then we'll get to voicemails. No, I don't know. I don't think so.
Oh, she did lip read this moment. If it's Tis Me, Jackie.
Oh
G.
yeah, show it. Yeah.
Or at least she's lip reading the same event. I don't know if it's the exact same moment. Okay, I guess she didn't do it. She's just playing this intense music. She's not lip reading anything. Jackie
She's
G, what are you
lip-reading
doing?
The beat. Yep, welcome. Well, okay, so welcome to the chat. If you're just tuning in, I'm going to get to the subs at the end. Thank you so much for those of you that are coming in and subscribing. I saw some of you resubscribe and follows. I will shout you all out at the end. But for now, we've got quite a long list of voicemails, and we have delayed and put them off long enough. It's time for us to get through the voicemails, but in the meantime, Case, do you want to open the line so we can start stacking them?
Yeah,
and you guys can call in 844-721-Kass. It's open lines tonight. Want to hear from you. What's going on? Things that you guys want to talk about. What's going on in your world? Are you guys, were you in the hurricane? Are you guys all right? Did you see the Trump rally? Did you see a movie like Joker? Do you have thoughts about it? Do you want to see Frankie Freako? Anything you guys want to talk about, call in 721-Kass, just like it was sung there by Case himself. 844-721-Kass. We'll open up the lines. I think Dank Sauce is in there. So call. Dank Sauce will answer. Give him your name, what you're calling about. He'll write up a little blurb. That way we know, and then we'll get you on the show. And for the next hour or so, we'll do the Call Kass. You ready, Kass?
Oh, I'm ready, Kass.
All right, I'm gonna. Should I start from the bottom, like the earliest voicemails we have?
Yeah. Do you think it'll play through whatever setup you have, or do you want me to play them?
Let me test here. Let me test. Tell me if you hear this. You hear that?
I don't.
Okay.
But I have them pulled up on my end as well.
Okay, yeah. So you pull them up.
Should I go all the way to the very bottom?
Yeah, I see one from 722. If you want to maybe start there, and then
if we've heard
I think
it,
that's only fair.
Okay.
Hey, Kass. I was just wondering, what's your secret to just aging so well, and how do you keep your hair looking as good as it does? Best regards.
Wow, I love these.
That's a quick one.
I love these questions. I love it quick to the point. While I disagree, I don't do anything special. So, unfortunately, most men in my family are bald. I am somehow balding at a slower rate than them, and I pray that I can just hang on to these luscious locks as long as possible. I wish my goddamn camera would focus. I don't know how much money I got to spend on a goddamn camera that focuses. But yeah, I appreciate it. You know, on my mom's side, I will say this, to my mom's side a little bit, they do age nicely, okay? They do age nicely. The Egyptian side of our family ages well, and I hope to get a little bit of that as I get older. Yeah, do you have a side case? Are your family that ages better than the other?
I'm English and Irish, so I assume I'm gonna age like a fig left out on the street. You know, I'm just gonna be a grape man by the time I'm 50. Actually, my dad looked very young until he was 60, and then he was just like, boom, I'm old.
Yeah, sometimes they just get old like overnight.
I'm waiting for that.
I don't know what it is. When my dad retired, he got old like quickly. I think like the year he retired, you never stop. We got to do this show till we're fucking 100 years old or else. But yeah, I do. There is something to like moving your body, right? I don't know.
So that's
I will tell you this.
Kass moves his body.
Yep, I will. I'm on 12 weeks straight. I've gotten an exercise bike every day for 12 weeks. Trying to get into the type of shape I need to be into to fit in my wedding suit. And I do long walks and I ride the exercise bike, and I've lost 17 pounds.
Damn.
Since this voicemail, 722. That's kind of the first day I decided to do something active.
You gotta get in fiance shape.
That's right, baby. Gotta look good, gotta look hot.
And if you're wondering how to look this good, chat, you just gotta stare at a computer screen 10 hours a day, every day. So we try another one?
Let's do another one.
I don't know what the this shit is, but I saw it on TikTok, and I'm under 36, and I didn't ask my parents, so you. I do what I want. You look like Adrian Brody if he played Earl Hickey. But I don't know.
Is that My Name is Earl?
I've never seen your podcast, but I hope it's good. Good luck, and have a nice day.
That's great.
It's Earl Hickey, in case anyone's wondering. You know,
yeah,
I can kind of see it, Kass. He has a little bit of a point on that one.
Totally. Did he say Adrian Brody? Is that who he said?
Yeah, he said Adrian Brody if he played Earl Hickey.
Adrian Brody, one of the few men on this planet that has a bigger nose than me. There's probably a handful of, you could probably count them on your fingers, men that have bigger noses than me. Adrian Brody quietly has one of the biggest noses in Hollywood.
And, but both of you are keeping it tight, Kass, and that's why you're both big Hollywood types.
Boy, yeah, he looks good, man. Yeah, sometimes I can't tell if he's a great actor or not. Do you have sometimes I see him, I go, this is great, right? When he was in the Pianist or whatever, what was that movie he won an Oscar for? Was he in that one?
Yeah.
You're like, wow, look, great. And then you see him in like Peaky Blinders. You're like, oof, man, that was a big swing with the voice and like, some people are like that. But I like to think he's a great actor.
Yeah, you're like, is he a great actor? Or is he just mumbly and really confident? But maybe that's what it takes to be a great actor.
Yeah.
You don't enunciate too hard, and you're really confident.
Yeah, it's all about confidence. He was great in Predator. I'm hearing rewatch Predators. I don't know if that means okay. So rewatch Predators. Daedalus says he was great in Predators. Propaganda says Predators was a good movie. I'm seeing a lot of love for the movie Predators. I remember seeing it once and not being very impressed, but maybe I need to revisit it.
All right, this one's 12 seconds. It's a quickie. Who knows? We also could be walking into a landmine at any point, so apologies if anything horrible is said.
Really like on that last call, just some rando that our algorithm hit, and he just like, what? I've got to call in.
He did think enough to think of like a specific reference for how you look. And I also appreciate the casual you in the middle of another thought. I don't really know what this is. You. Anyway, you look like this guy.
Yeah, appropriate. I thought that was appropriate.
Yeah. So keep them coming.
Yeah. All right.
That guy, if you ever see that.
What's up, Kass? I'm a huge fan, man. Just want to ask, how do you hit the gnarly lip on the whip, dude, and ride it down when you're surf, dude? You know what I mean? When you hit that whip, like, how do you do it, dude? All right, stay chill.
Well,
man, how did that guy find a phone? Because he's clearly a man of the ocean. He's just always ripping. He's getting tubed.
He keeps his cell phone in a little plastic bag. He puts it in the trunks.
Yeah, I like to think of him just like cruising away with a couple dolphins on either side, giving us a call. You're gonna be surprised when I say this. I don't surf.
No.
Yeah, I know I come across as a fucking supremely chill dude who shreds it, but I don't. I don't surf. I've been surfing once. I thought it was fun for the 2.5 seconds I was on a board without falling over. But the amount of energy that you expend getting to the beach, cleaning up, getting back, to me is not. It's not for me. It's not for me.
You think you would have had more sex in life if you did surf? That's one of those activities where I feel like I would have had more sex if I just committed to doing it.
Yeah. But in your defense, probably not a lot of surfing in. Is there surfing in Virginia? I guess
should have made it happen.
No,
the
what do you
equivalent
guys
is
have?
You got to have a lake.
Snow?
You got to be on a lake, and you need a dad to pull you in a boat, and then
you need
wakeboarding. And now you're getting laid for sure.
Yeah. Did you have a lot of those guys at your high school that were really good on the lake, and they were cool boys?
There were definitely cool boy lake boys at my high school.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't necessarily be the popular kids, but you knew that at the lake, they were tearing it up.
For sure. Yeah, a good sesh at the lake could really change how people feel about you at school if the right people saw it, man.
For sure.
People love an athletic guy. There was a guy when I was growing up who was good at biking and rollerblading. He was like the star. He was the star.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Free spirit.
People like an athletic.
Irresistible free
people
spirit.
Like absolutely free spirit. Just like a dude, just like march to the beat of his own drum, long hair, right? Action sports, dude. When MTV was still cranking, like that was what was cool back then. Kurt Loder wanted to talk to him. Okay, yeah. Next voicemail.
This might be one we've already heard, in which case I will skip it, but it's a longer one.
Hi, Kass, and maybe Fiona. Timmy the Brain here, long-time listener, first-time caller. I have a question for all three of you, but really especially for Fiona. By the way, Fiona, I really love Je t'aime chérie, and I hope to see another project.
Yeah, we don't have Fiona.
She'll never hear this.
So if you get a Kickstarter or something, you can count me in.
Okay.
You got some of my money. It's Canadian money, but maybe you could use it as a prop or something.
Mm-mm.
Anyways, here's the question. So if you could choose the legacy of your career, would you rather A, have a series of projects that were short-lived and underappreciated, but widely regarded as classics, and they become cult classics? I'm thinking like Firefly, Freaks and Geeks, Idiocracy, stuff like that. Or would you rather have one or two big projects that are massively popular and become cultural icons, but they kind of outlived their entertainment value, and they just launch a never-ending series of series?
Yeah, let's just skip through. I think your answer. I think we both agreed we'd want some like big hits to continue with this.
We want to ride that money train straight into a pile of cocaine.
it's cool to be a cult, cult favorite and have some sort of rockin' legacy. But if you're not working and making money, like, what good does that do you?
All right, 7 seconds.
Smells like Kass in here.
Okay. Yeah.
Is that it?
Wherever she was, it smelled like Kass. That's what I'm assuming happened there.
Okay, can you play that one more time, please? I need to know if I can recognize this voice.
Smells like Kass in here.
I can guess. That's already guessed.
Yeah, it does sound like Lady Citrix. Yeah, that's who. I was like, it sounds familiar. Absolutely.
It could be.
I like that one. That could be like a sub notification. It's a really clean soundbite. All right, next.
Like Kass in here. All right, here we go.
Like Kass.
Hello. Yeah, my name is Vernon Gomer, and I'm calling from Sandy Shores. Is this that paranormal show? There used to be a call-in paranormal show. I just got a story. I don't know if my toilet's haunted or if I had a close encounter of the third kind, but I was on the toilet, and there was some sort of flash outside. I don't know if it was lightning striking or what, but I have to have some leverage, right? So I had my hand on the sink, and I had my hand on the back of the toilet, and right when it flashed, there's I just felt a big old rip through my whole body. And I don't know, I think ever since then, I've been very proficient in C++ coding, and I don't even own a computer. So that, I think my neighbor's house is haunted. So just give me a call back, man. We can chat about that. I really like paranormal stuff. Love what you guys is doing. Okay, goodbye.
Thanks, Vernon.
Gomer.
Yeah, it was. Is it Vernon or Gomer? Or is it Vernon Gomer?
Oh.
It's either way. I love giving our show, giving people the ability to call our show and really just sort of, I'm not saying that's not a real person, but it's really nice to have a place where if this was happening, our friends could call in and do their GTA RP characters. But I think that was a real person.
Or just sort of have a schizophrenic break at a voicemail. It's there for that in case you need it.
Absolutely. If you guys are trying to try out new stuff, although I think Vernon is real and I'm so glad. That's a weird thing after something like that happens to you to learn C++. You usually hear about synesthesia and people like tasting colors and smelling sound. Yeah. So I think that's probably what happened, except his is just so much more applicable to the job market.
Yeah.
For now, until AI takes over. So thanks for the call, Vernon.
Like if I could learn how to fix an engine and I just had to get abducted once or twice, I would do it.
That'd be sick. Absolutely.
And a little 8-second one here. Here we go.
5,000 Creamies, please.
What was that? Ordering. It just okay. 5,000 Creamies is what I heard.
I also kind of heard like a tin drum in the background. I think maybe they called us from a high school football game.
Yeah, is there a little drummer boy back there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, why don't you do one more? We got a few callers lined up, and then that way we've maybe gone through a quarter or
there's only 3 left. If I do one more, so we'll do this big one and then we'll move on for now.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Hey, Cage, Chasm, what's up, guys? First time caller, long time listener. I've been lurking for years and want to say I love the show, love the old G4, love what you guys do. So thank you for everything. I do miss the jet stream, but the production quality so far has been off the charts with this one. So keep it up. All right. So I know you're dying to know, what am I wearing? I gotta say, I want to break the stereotype of gym shorts.
Oh.
I'm in a boxer briefs and a t-shirt. So I want to break that mold and state, everybody, let's go move to the boxer brief stereotype.
Okay.
All right. So getting to my question here, I want to dive right into the deep end, kind of for everybody. But Kassem, I want to know how you deal with addiction, how you overcame it, any advice you have for others on the, beating their addictions. Won't get into the dirty of it, but yeah, I've been struggling with some of that lately. So looking forward to hear what you guys have to say. Yeah, just a quick shout out, all the fellow Creamies. Thank you guys for calling. It's so fun to hear you and hear everybody's stories and just the chatting. So really love this show, guys, and everybody out there. Peace.
Thanks for the voice.
It's a great call. I don't know. I didn't catch a name there.
I didn't catch it at the top, no.
Case, how do you deal with your addiction?
I feel like mine could come off as a little in poor taste. I'm like, I was really playing Hearthstone too much for a while there.
I don't think so. I think everyone's got their own thing. Do you know
Listen,
what I mean?
Cass, I know he asked you, but let me just take this on my Hearthstone addiction real quick. I'm a legit workaholic. I don't know. My family actually does have a ton of addiction issues. I feel like I kind of lucked out and I didn't get the substance side of it particularly hard, but I definitely can habitually do things. And usually, unfortunately, the only way I've ever changed it is just papering it over it with a different habit that I get way too attached to.
That's the easiest, of course.
I actually think I have not conquered this at all. But fortunately, I haven't had any substance versions of that yet.
Yeah. Whatever you're doing, I think it's working. You know what I mean? You do have the ability to take on too much work. You rarely say no to stuff. But I think that's what Hollywood likes. Hollywood likes a yes daddy.
Somebody brought up Kendall. That actually is a good way to break my habits because she'll be like, no, do this. I'm like, gotta do what Kendall says.
Is Kendall good about sort of balancing? Is she what we would call a normie?
She will be like,
you've
been staring at that computer for too long. Stop it. And then I will.
That's good. Yeah, that's a nice partnership there. Yeah, I've talked about mine at length. I think you've got to be in a situation. The long and short of it is you've got to be desperate enough to want to get better. No one's going to get you better for you. And if you feel like you are in a place where you can call a show and ask that question, it's probably good. They are a little introspective in that way. If you feel like, you want to stop and you can't, or you do a lot of these what I was doing was I'd be like, I'm not drinking beer. I'm just going to drink tequila. Or you know what? Maybe I'll just stop drinking and then I'll just smoke weed. You do that thing Case was saying, or you do a lot of substituting and, it never works, right? You just find yourself back into the same position, sometimes in a worse state than you were in. I don't know. There's a whole a lot of people do 12-step stuff. So that was my method, and it worked for me. I don't know if it works. It doesn't work for everyone, and I would never sort of get on a high horse and tell you that's what you need to do. I just think you can, if you're ready to explore that. There's a number of resources. If you're in a major city, there's a number of meetings you can go to. And you can call people. You can go to whatever your vice is, Google it, find the meeting for it online. There's probably one near you if you're in a major city, and you can go to a meeting if you want. Most people need to be brought down to a certain level before they feel the need to really do something about it, unfortunately. But it's good that it's on your radar. And if you find yourself still doing the things that you probably shouldn't be doing in the face of consequence, that's a good indicator that you may need to try something different. But yeah, there's a number of different ways to do it. You know what a good spot is to start is Reddit. Reddit has a wonderful, there's people that go full on into Alcoholics Anonymous. There's a whole stop drinking movement that's not 12-step based. It's just a different way to do it for folks that can't get in with the AA thing. There's a lot of different ways to do it, and the the key is like surrounding yourself with people that can walk you through it. Otherwise, like if it's up to you, you'll just never do it, and you'll, just find yourself in the sort of same cycle, like a Groundhog's Day of misery for years and years until you're underneath the freeway overpass sucking dick for money.
But sometimes that's just a process you have to go through,
And that's a lot of you going to have to do that.
Yeah, you might be addicted to that underpass. And you're like, I gotta stop loving this underpass so much.
You know what? With the rent prices, most of us are going to be under that. Yeah.
Do you think, because a lot of people say kind of the rock bottom deal, many people who haven't really even gone through addiction issues, do you think there's people that kind of just see where it's headed and without hitting like some sort of an insane low point are like, you know what, I'm going to take the steps now?
For sure. Yeah, it's called, they typically call those high bottoms. Ooh. And that's, I wouldn't say it's common, but it definitely happens. Most people find their way through to that because they have to realize there's no other way to get sober. You have to exhaust every other option before you do something that's going to make you feel supremely uncomfortable and in your feelings for a while, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of if you're a person who is like that rare unicorn that can do it, catch yourself before you hit a certain. Here's the thing is like most people have another bottom that they can get to, unless you're like you fucking OD and you almost died. Like most people probably have a few extra layers of hell that they can visit before they get sober. The key is like how many of those can you go through before you kill yourself?
Yeah.
So it's like doing it sooner rather than later if you're smart enough, or if it runs in your family. I find that works really well for folks that have either friends or family that are sober that have found that path. I didn't really know anyone that was like sober until I was maybe 25 or 6.
Yeah, same
like
for me.
everyone I grew up with just drank. Like when you come from like a smaller town, everyone drinks. If you don't drink, you're gay. And then the dudes that obviously had a problem were just like, you would be like, those guys party. Like that's what you just said about those guys.
Yeah, the amount I drank in high school looking back is really crazy to me. In that it was just like, the end was to do it. It's just like, I am drinking and this is my social life.
Yeah. It's kind of like, especially, in Chicago where it's cold, you're just indoors.
Or I was in Virginia at the time, but.
Near Virginia, yeah. It gets cold in Virginia, right?
Oh, yeah.
Does it snow there? It does, right?
Sometimes, yeah.
Appalachian, is that where the Appalachian Trail? Yeah. All right. Yeah, it's a good question. And obviously, if any of you are curious and you don't know where to start, you can, DM me and I can lazily send you a link or something if you are curious.
He just sends you the Wikipedia article for addiction.
Yeah.
That's what I use. Let's do it.
You just gave away my process. That's steps 1 through 12. Let's get to it. Let's bring on Gnome Pro. Gnome Pro's on the top of the pile. Then we've got Matt, True Blue, and then another Matt Liddell, and then Card King. Gnome Pro, welcome to Call Kass. We had, I think we spoke to you last week, did we not?
Yeah, we got him on.
Yeah, we did, and it's very crazy that you're bringing up the topic of before, because that's kind of what I wanted to talk to you all about.
Oh, okay, great.
Let's be honest. 2 years ago, last October wasn't the greatest month for G4 closing down, and that month as well as I got myself into a DUI. And so the community itself, because I found y'all, was lost all of a sudden. Like I wasn't enjoying y'all's shows. I met y'all. I got to know y'all because I'll be honest, 100%. I only knew Kevin Pereira when it came back. But
sure.
By the time the Beach House episode 2 happened, I was like, okay, I love everybody. I joined the Discord, found some friends, between the Cream team and the G4 Discords. And I mean, at that time of my DUI, I was drinking a lot. And the fact that one of the little out things that I had kind of went away too, I was kind of fucking depressed. DUI happened. It jeopardized my job. I had to revert back to an older position that I did not like. I wanted to just pretty much say that, yeah, I've been, as of this month, I'm 2 years sober by choice. I was
awesome.
lucky enough to know that the DUI fucked my life up too much, that I did not have the drive or anything. Like, that was the instant where the cop lights come on and you're driving, which, please don't drink and drive. I'm from New Orleans. It sucks there because you don't know if on a random Tuesday at 1 o'clock if somebody's driving. But I want to say thank y'all, honestly, from the bottom of my heart, because without y'all and everything like that, I found a community. Well, with y'all, I found a community. Y'all made the Cream Team Discord, and it became a good home. I found people like Suborbital and Psychor, and then that led me to like Yile and Radmire, which led me to like Microphone and Plop Doms, which, you know, it led me over and over and over again to meeting more people. And without y'all, and it sucks how we all became even closer because of G4 kind of, you know, whatever. But we all started streaming a little bit more, and we all started sharing tips about streaming, and we all started watching y'all streams, and y'all influenced us, and especially me, to do more. And I just want to thank y'all a lot for allowing me, you know, the dumb bits or the dumb videos that y'all shown or done, or just the conversations and everything like that. I just want to say thank y'all. I mean, y'all really have a great community around y'all, and I'm happy to be a 0.01% of, you know, how everybody is made and who is in this community. And yeah, that's it.
Thanks, Gnome Pro. That's very kind.
Yeah, no, bro. Thank you for that. I was hoping that you would completely throw Matt Liddell under the bus at some point there, but that was a very earnest and very straight. And we do have Matt Liddell on the line, who's 3 callers deep. Look, that's very kind. The sentiment is 100% reciprocal. I do, and I've said this a bunch. And you know, it's unfortunate. I know that you know, Fiona is like doesn't really stream, and I sort of like can't stream as much as I want to, and Case is sort of like on an island during the week. But like, what's really, really great is that you guys don't really need us. Like, it's nice when we get together, you guys show up, and like, as somebody who you know, has been streaming 1 day a week for the last month and a half, it's been really cool to see the Discord still pumping and you guys still getting together and doing things, and like the Discord's so active. And all we really wanted to do was have like a community that we could like, that would show up when we streamed, but B, like, we like the idea of all these sort of G4 refugees and you know, people coming in from all kinds of places, and like having a place for, because your feeling is not just you. There's a lot of us that feel like we all found this cool thing, and then right when it started to get going, it was pulled out from under us, and then we were sort of left with, well, now what do we do? Like, we all know we like this group of people who shares a lot of interests in the same stuff. What do we do? And having that Discord and the community here was like, it was a godsend. And it is like one of the best things to come out of that whole experience. You know, at least speaking for myself, but I think Case sort of feels the same way. And
I'd also like to add that Kevin Pereira is essentially an internet demon whose spirit must be contained at all times in some dark corner of either a Discord or at least a message board. And currently it falls on us to contain it. So even though he's not there that often, just know his essence is contained in there. And that's a big part of why we have to do it too.
If he gets out, oh my God, we're fucked.
Yeah. He's
And I think you're completely right. Like, we have formed this community to where it does, it started orbiting itself at one point, and then y'all just kind of, Haley's comment your ways in whenever need be, or whenever y'all stream or whatever like that, and we show up because, I mean, y'all were the, the building blocks to what was. But I mean, I've met people like Microphone 900, and I've met Boner Salad, great people. Y'all led me to meet Yael, which led to us doing Worldwide from the Other Side, which was so fun.
That's right.
And the fact that you showed, just the dumb things I made or something like that, like, I'm very much appreciative to it, because y'all have no idea how much y'all have helped me. The one thing I haven't done was do any program or anything with my alcoholism or my drinking or anything like that. I was fortunate enough to have that wake-up call, and I'm one that already kicks my own ass to the pulp. But yeah. I have the community that I need, and everybody has been welcoming as hell. Everybody has been so nice, and we just want to help other people be better, or be themselves, or help them with anything they can, even if it's just OBS stuff or streaming stuff or just any kind of daily stuff that people talk about in Robbie's Market. I mean, y'all created that. I mean, we wouldn't be here if we didn't like y'all. We wouldn't be who we were if y'all didn't connect to us in a certain way. And once again, I know I'm beating a dead horse, and I'm really thankful for that. And I doubt I speak for, I mean, fuck, what's the word? I don't want to speak for everyone, but I'm pretty sure everybody's like, yes. Like, I'm pretty appreciative.
Thanks, Nomi Pro. Sorry, Gnome Pro.
Yep. No, you can keep that bit. I'm totally fine with you going Nomi Pro.
No, thanks, Gnome Pro. We do appreciate it.
So,
it is
I'm sorry?
No, I was just gonna sort of add on to your point about giving, you being able to like make a video and then we show it on the show. Like, to me, that is the uber realized version of what all this is like when a community is like healthy and it's pumping, shit like that happens, right? Like, you guys take a fucking joke and you create a whole meme out of it, and then it gets like, and then we have a platform where you can come in and like help evolve it, and like you have a bunch of people that can grow and play along, and like week to week it turns into this thing. Like, that to me is the most fun thing you can do. Otherwise, you could just be a streamer that's just sits in your room, doesn't know the name of any of the people in your chat. You just call them chat. You stream every day for 12 hours, but you're not really making any connections. Why do all that, when you can just, like, you can create a group of people that, like, yeah, we watch movies together, we do pods together, we have inside jokes, they call in, we chat. That's the best part of what we do. And it, I don't know.
It's like the nice side of what message boards
very
used
proud
to be.
of it.
And I do mean that earnestly. It's a good feeling. I'm like, oh wow, it's like the parts of the internet I liked I managed to accumulate here. That's nice.
Yeah.
The G4chan.
Yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
G4chan.
Thanks, Gnome Pro. I appreciate the call, and congrats on your 2 years. And we'll see you in the Discord every day.
Yeah. Y'all have a good night, and appreciate it again, and thank y'all again.
Thank you.
You too, buddy.
MSG, we're sort of circling the G4 graveyard talk. We're talking about addiction, and we're overcoming our addiction of talking about G4 too much.
Yeah, what a crazy 2 years. Like, some of the best 2 years. Like, imagine, I don't know, like those 2 years, they're like sprouted, I don't know, like so many friendships, and just like I don't think I've spent 2 years anywhere else and had that much sort of like jam-packed like content meeting of people. Like, it's just been this weird. It was a weird time
for sure,
and I enjoyed every second of it, even though, like, week to week we didn't know if we were gonna be on the air.
That's what makes it. That's what makes life worth living. Dying.
Exactly. Yeah. because we're all gonna die.
We're all gonna die, and that's what G4 is all about.
Yeah. All right. I got Matt the Stat here on the line. By the way, if you're subbing or resubbing or rating, I will at the end of the stream here, after we get through the next few calls, I will give your guys' much deserved shout outs. Matt the Stat, welcome to Call Kass. What's going on?
What's going on, Kass? And congrats on the engagement.
Oh, nice thank you, brother. Yeah.
You're welcome. Case, congrats just for being you.
Thank you, Matt. Appreciate that.
Congrats, Case.
You're welcome. So, I didn't have really much to talk about. Just like listening to you guys. Got the Will Neff stream going also, and the Chiefs game.
What's
going
Will
on
doing right now?
The Saints. He just did a sandwich shop sub tier list, like best sandwich shops.
Yeah. Do you remember what he had as number one?
What's S tier? What was S tier?
Wawa. And I'm from the East Coast also, like he is, so I know all about the Wawa stores. So
I don't think I've ever had a Wawa.
Really?
Case, you ever Wawa?
Not that often, but I mean, I've had it a few times. It's the kind of place where when there's one around, people are like, you have to go to Wawa. I'm like, do I? But it is pretty good.
Okay.
And then
is it like a Jersey
Portillo's.
Mike's?
Well, Wawa, no, it's like a
Portillo's,
full
okay.
convenience store, but it does have sandwiches.
Oh, I see. Okay. All right. That makes sense. Great. Anything interesting going on with you, Matt? Any controversies? You see anything fun? Anything you get a report on?
Yeah, Twitter's full of the Jewish space lasers are creating the hurricanes that are hitting Florida.
Oh, is this a Marjorie
Good
Taylor Greene
controversy.
thing?
Yeah. And,
What did she say?
Yeah, it's all... No, she did the original one, but there's people making memes about the Jewish space lasers, and it created the hurricane that's about to hit Florida again, and all that garbage.
Yeah, somebody recently reposted that when it's semi-viral, like, if you don't think people can control the weather, then I don't know what to tell you. I can't remember if that was like someone affiliated with the government or just a crazy person, but I keep seeing people reposting that, so it does seem to be back in the zeitgeist a little bit.
I think he was. I think I saw that reposted. I think he's like in the government, man.
He's in there.
That's fucking gnarly, dude.
Oh, so is Marjorie Taylor Greene, so I don't know why I would assume anyone espousing insane conspiracy theories isn't.
Yeah, they're cloud seeding the hurricanes just to make them destroy Florida.
It's funny that they think we affect the weather, but in that specific way. Global warming, no. Cloud seeding hurricanes, yeah, of course.
Yeah. You'd think they would attack, send a hurricane to Los Angeles or New York. They're hitting Mar-a-Lago. They're going to a Republican bastion, with their hurricane. It seems like a backwards idea.
Well, the Democrats are doing it, Kass. That's why we're targeting Florida.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, you think we're going to destroy the beautiful liberal bastion that is California?
Yeah, in my head it was now it makes sense. Jewish space lasers, Jewish. Okay, yeah. I just caught on. About 90 seconds late. Yeah, that makes sense. I feel like if the Democrats were doing it, we'd go. God, would Florida be the first place we went? I feel like you got to get rid of like Alabama or something.
Just wipe out all the low income areas.
Yeah.
It's like West Virginia.
How do you guys feel about so you know how Kamala really hasn't been doing news media interviews? I mean, she did 60 Minutes, but then she did Howard Stern today, and then Call Her Daddy.
Yeah, she did Call Her Daddy. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't listen to either of them, but it's like, okay, she'll do those, but she won't really talk to reporters without it.
I was more surprised by the Howard Stern one. Not on her end. I get her doing it, but I'm more like, what happened to Howard Stern? Like, he used to have
I can't imagine it was a hard-hitting interview at all.
Yeah, no, I think he's like really soft now. It's just I associate him with like Sibians and like people he found on the street watching Jenna Jameson like talk about gangbangs. And now he's interviewing presidential candidates.
That was the Howard of old. When the pandemic struck, Howard became like isolated from the world, and he became very public and loud about his hatred and disgust of like the anti-vax thing, and then sort of like softly transitioned him into like a lot of, you know, anti-Republican. It's just like he became this guy that's like all about political correctness, and they call him woke. Like I have friends they used to love Howard Stern. They're like, oh yeah, Howard's gone. We don't listen to Howard no more. That guy's gone woke. They say that about him, and you know, he's definitely changed. But he's also like, I don't know, 60 something. Is he 70 years old? He's just gotten older, and for sure gotten softer.
Now. Well, he could have gone the other direction. He could have gotten even hornier. I like to imagine he sat on his own Sybian and it like rattled him into a different reality where he's like extremely mellow now.
Yeah. It rattled him over to the woke side.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
brain jiggled enough.
He changed his whole show around so he could get those A-list celebrities that he always wanted, and he could never be like part of the club, the Hollywood club. And then he switched his show around, and he finally got, you know, the hobnob with the A-listers, and he's one of them now. So he's got to cater to them. That's exactly what he made the pivot.
Exactly right, Matt. Exactly right. Were you an old Howard listener? Did you enjoy him before all that? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm an old Howard head, but I still listen to him every now and then. Like he still has some funny skits on, like when they does the the Alex Jones skit when he has his people do it. You know, he still does some funny stuff here and there, but it's few and far between. But it is what it is.
He made Private Parts in '97 and it just never recovered from it getting critically panned. I'll have my revenge. I'll be interviewing Kamala Harris someday.
Yeah, he does.
I got to listen to that Kamala Harris.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when he has people that call into him and they start speaking any sort of Republican talking points, he just shits all over them and starts yelling at them and calls them idiots and hangs up on them.
I'd be super down for him to do that. I just also want a guy with like a severe speech impediment and 6 porn stars to be the immediate follow-up after that. Like then he has to talk
to, the Whack Packers are all dead.
It's got to be Beetlejuice.
Yeah, that's a good point.
The Whack Packers are dying.
Damn it.
Yeah.
I need to know what Beetlejuice thinks about politics, not Howard.
I always catch Beetlejuice clips on TikTok. I think they're some of the funniest videos. Then I go, look, you're like laughing at this dude, Kass. But then like, it's just some of the shit that they had him do back in the 90s, man.
I never really kept up with Howard, but I'd see clips and I'd be like, what? What was this clips. Show? And that's, I don't know. I miss at least seeing the clips, just atmospherically knowing that they exist.
Yeah.
One of my favorites was
like
Eric the Midget, aka Eric the Actor.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he was really like, he's kind of part of that like Cartman vibe. He's very late 90s, early 2000s. That's where my sweet spot is for what I envision Howard Stern as. So it's unfair that I'm holding him to those standards as everything has moved on, but oh well.
Yeah, for sure.
The Cartman pill. We only become Cartman pilled again. We need to start saying Uncle Fucker and like watch wrestling thong matches.
It's time.
Let's bring it back.
Thank you, Matt. Thanks for the call, brother. I appreciate you. I hope you have a good rest of your Monday night.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate you both. Keep it up.
Thank you.
All right, man. We'll see you next week. True Blue 91RX is calling in about Final Fantasy. True Blue, you are on Call Kass. Welcome to the show. I'm currently not playing Final Fantasy. Case, are you playing Final Fantasy?
I have not played a Final Fantasy game since 10, actually, so it's been a while.
Oh boy, we're both rusty. True Blue, what's going on, brother?
Final Fantasy game. Yeah, not bad. Thanks for having me on. You guys rock, by the way. It's been said, but no, you guys.
Thank you, man.
Do a great job with community.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I came on. So this is not your typical Final Fantasy game. This is going in the Wayback Machine, and it actually stumbling backwards into. What's it called? Gnome Pro's, well, the lighter side. I mean, Gnome Pro, big shout out for all the progress you made. Congrats. I know you're saying that, hey, you're biggest critic, but you have a super powerful message now. I mean, so that's rad to get through something like that and to be now an advocate. Sweet, like awesome. That's huge. So, but this is actually a mobile game. Final Fantasy. It's the Final Fantasy XV. I know a lot of people know this game. Fiona, a million years ago, almost 2 years ago, had that promo where she's like, okay, look, I'm getting paid to do this mobile app. Everybody come on.
Oh, I remember that.
Let's play this thing. And it's like a 24/7, one of these massive online multiplayers, right? And I just wanted to shout at everybody, you know, like the game actually just shut down today at 5 o'clock. I don't know how often this happens on these large-scale mobile games, but everybody seemed blindsided.
What's it called again?
Final Fantasy XV, but like a mobile game. It was like probably a whole other console game that has a similar name. So but anyway, yeah. So for 2+ years, we've been grinding it out as a Creamy crew, and just to pick up from where Gnome Pro left off. I mean, I wouldn't have been playing the game as long as we did if we didn't have the Creamy community that we had in there every day. B Smith, who's jumped in the chat, Napoleon Bonaparte who led us on that side, and Taco the Great from back in the day, Bundle Spout. I mean, it's one of these games that is like, it's literally you're playing 24/7.
Is this it?
All this other stuff. And,
or if you're looking at the screen, that is.
Sorry, let's see. Yeah, I'm looking. I'm on delay. Let me see. I'll know it. I mean, it's
like kind of cuter characters.
No.
Okay.
Am I doing it? Am I saying it? Somebody in chat can tell you if I'm doing it wrong. It should be Final Fantasy XV mobile game, which is just like.
Can I ask you?
Yeah.
Can I ask you this, True Blue? Did you guys start playing it because of the promo that Fiona did 2 years ago?
Yeah, 100%. Oh yeah. Yeah.
He got you. He got you guys, and then she got paid, which is great. But at least you guys, you guys all got into this mobile game, and then you've been playing it every day for 2 years, and it just shut down today. Is what you're saying?
Yeah, well, a year and 5 months. So, I mean, and I say lighter side of addiction. I know my wife would say, like, no. And Napoleon as well brought it up, but because it does, I mean, each time, it's probably not the worst thing in the world that it's over, you know, because like once you're in it, like, how do you quit it? But no, I mean, it was a blast. It was, I like, it's only been a few hours. I miss just chatting and raiding and doing stupid app game stuff with the community there, because it's just great for support. Like, if you wanted to reach out and chat, you could, and if you just wanted to game, that's what everybody was there for. So it's super good community, and yeah, it is thanks to you guys and everything you built. And yes, it was a promo that Vortex sucked us into it, but what a blast! It was super cool. We started off like mid-game, and you know, if you're not like starting off right in the beginning of when everything starts, you're way up against the 8 ball, and we grounded out to really kind of, as a team, do awesome stuff, and before they pulled the plug. And we did it without like buying into it, other than the mass amount of time obviously.
Oh, good.
Lots of people ticked off though. They didn't give any warning, dumping them into the game, and then be like, all right, off in a week. See you later. But
you were free to play the whole time, so at least they didn't take all your money away when they turned the lights off.
No, they did they started giving out like everything that you're grinding for. Be like, here, take all this stuff. Like, here you go. Like,
that is wild. That was one of Gerard's talking points with like game preservation, or like keeping physical copies of stuff around. It is kind of wild that you can like dedicate a bunch of time and money to like any sort of digital world, and at any point they can just Thanos it away.
Yeah, that is
like, I have a couple of screenshots.
The risks we take. Well, it sounds like you enjoyed the game.
It was a blast.
Could have been worse, I guess. Yeah, could have been like Angry Bird. I guess Angry Bird's a cool game, but like, one of these cheap mobile games that you see ads for on TikTok. But I'm glad you guys got some use out of it, some time in.
Yeah. And you got a lot of good Creamy Crew time on there. Anyway, I'll let you guys chat, and thanks a lot. Just wanted to shout out everybody. I hope I didn't miss anyone. Probably did. Lots of dead cities for everybody else as well. We always see everybody who was in the game. We kept you in the guild, so good times. Now that is the game. Yes, that is definitely it.
Are you guys? Do you have another game lined up that you guys can sort of like use as a refuge, just sort of seek asylum in a newer game?
I can't. I know a couple of. Well, I know another. I don't want to call him out. You can say in chat if he wants. But I know there's another player who was playing a Simpsons game, and they shut it off in the same 2-week period. So I don't know if there's a purge of of these mobile games. But me personally, I played one of these a million years ago called Icarium, and I mean, I knew what I was getting into again. And no, I'm thinking the breather is the break for me. So good times. But I'm not jump into. And anybody who has any sort of addiction tendency that loves to grind stuff out, just be wary of getting into the mobile app world.
Sure.
Look, if you guys should coordinate on Discord. Even some of you that aren't a part of this or were a part of this group, but you see yourselves sort of you want a little cream team group that you can download and play a mobile game together with. Use the Discord for that. I know we have one of those for. That's right. We have one of those for Marvel Snap. We're gonna also probably be playing the new Pokemon Pocket game that comes out at the end of the month. But yeah, use the Discord. If there's enough of you and you guys are hey, we want our own room, you can ping me or ping one of the mods and ask, and we'll see if we can get you guys a specialized place for you to congregate and meet. And that's what it's for. That's what our Discord's for. So hopefully you guys find home in a new game.
Too soon.
Yeah,
anyone can create a thread in the thread. Okay, thanks, Alex.
So I don't want to make everyone start crying. I'll stop it.
No, that's fine. That's sad, man. True Blue, thanks for the call, bud, and I hope you guys survive this and persevere.
Stay True
thanks.
Blue.
No, I think we'll be fine. But good times.
Okay, buddy.
Thanks, buddy.
Wow. I had no idea. But what's even more surprising is Fiona fucking suckered a couple people in there to actually sign up for that mobile game.
It's nice to know when I write an ad. I don't even know if I wrote that one. That actually somebody did. It did work.
Yeah, for sure, dude. It was all you. We got Matt Liddell, then Card King, and then it's a show. Matt Liddell, welcome to Call Kass. He wants to know where the beef is. Matt, are you there?
I am there. How are you gentlemen doing tonight?
There he is. There's our boy. We're doing good. We're having a real nice conversation tonight.
Well,
I'm enjoying.
We're going to change that right now.
Okay, good.
We're going to change that softy, personal growth shit. We're going to get to the nitty gritty here. But congrats to Gnome Pro. I know that's hard, and congrats to him.
Wow.
Before I get to the other No Prom stuff, I would just like to say about something you brought up earlier about Elon Musk.
Yeah.
And some people trying to defend him because he might be on the spectrum or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
I kind of believe what he didn't bring this up for this reason, but John Oliver did say two things can be correct about the same thing. He can still be an asshole. He could be on the
you could be an asshole
and be an asshole.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't think that excuses him for being a dickhead. So
I'm all for protecting people on the spectrum, but I do think once you're the Forbes richest person on the planet, you're
yes.
Your ability to say no, you don't understand. I'm the victim here kind of goes away.
Yes.
Agreed. Yeah.
So with the rest of the Gnome Pro stuff, I have to apologize to you, Kassem. Even though you wanted me to be thrown under the bus earlier in the show, it's okay.
Well, no, I just thought that's what was going to happen. I didn't want that. I just thought that that's where that conversation was going.
Okay.
I try and defend you whenever I can, Matt.
I know. I did want to say that I am sorry. Apparently, all my information was given to me in bad faith. It was all false. That Paige Turner has apparently gotten me too, and I should have known when it said that Kassem
didn't have any friends. I just should have known that was 100% bullshit of how popular and, you know, I mean, actor of Transformers and, you know, best friend of Kevin Pereira. I mean, why it's amazing you don't have, you know, that you don't have them knocking down on your door. So
I hear you, brother.
So I would like to apologize for that. Case, I would like to apologize to you about the credit score stuff, but upon further review, that's all on you. Was not fake news or fake anything. That's not. You just have a very bad credit score. I'm sorry about that one.
Yeah.
That's
I
all
bought a
on
lot
you.
of Hearthstone packs, and I didn't have the money at the time, and I got in a real hole.
Yeah. But I would like to double down on what I said earlier about Kendall. She should be praying twice a day on how lucky she is. She does a lot, you know. I don't care if she, you know, prays on Sunday, goes in Rosh Hashanah, or prays to Mecca, but she should pick a religion and stick with it, and then just thank her lucky stars that she dates Case Blackwell. So
this is what I
if you
keep
could
saying.
pass it on, please.
Yeah, I let her know every day
man.
how lucky she is.
Yes.
On your
that doesn't
advice.
get said enough on your stream. You know, it should be said a lot more to her face.
Yeah. Yeah, whenever people see me standing next to Kendall, they're like, what's she doing with that incredibly hot guy? For sure.
Yeah, she must be
you know,
rich.
Like, oh,
yeah.
You know, what bet did this poor guy lose? You know, like, oh, look, wow, charity work has gotten real involved. I understand.
Yeah.
But basically, I'm glad that this Gnome Pro stuff has gotten where it is, because it's, you know, yes, it feels foolish that we got messed up by the same woman. I do remember her trying to, I did go on a date with her. I did reject her. She said, well, she basically wanted me to get a penis reduction.
Whoa, this is Paige Turner you're talking about?
Yeah, Paige Turner. Because I reminded her of an ex-boyfriend, funny enough, with Case.
Okay.
I reminded her of you too much, so I needed to get a reduction. I said, I can't do that. You know, that's
How much did she want you to take off?
If I remember correctly, I think it was 3.5, 4 inches.
Standard, yeah.
So we're almost at half there, and so
that's a whole other guy.
I know. You can't take away all the happiness and experiences for the women in the future that was going to be affected by this. I just couldn't do it. So apparently she didn't like that answer.
Let me ask you this, Matt. Hypothetical question, although less hypothetical given your story. If you were you found the love of your life, you're in love with this person, and they're like, I need you to take 2 inches off your penis. But you know you love this person. Would you do it? Would you be like, well? Or would you be like, no?
I would do it in a second for a lot of people, yes. No, I would probably do it. Yeah, you know, there's a few people, yes, that I would be halfway, jumped in the car and halfway to wherever the hell I have to be, you know, butcher shop or a doctor's office, whatever.
I guess if you're with the person that you love and they need a smaller penis.
Yes, if you are with the person, yes.
I'd say we focus on stretching them out. I don't think I can lose. Almost 50%.
No, they don't make shot glasses that small, do they?
Not as small as I'd like.
Yeah.
No.
Well, I'm just going back from old G4 videos and stuff.
For sure.
But I just wanted to say, I'm sorry that everything got blown out of proportion with Gnome Pro.
Sure.
I have been in the chat with. I have been in talks with him. This won't be the last you hear of Paige Turner. She will be dealt with.
Okay. Whoa.
I had
story
found out information. Yes, it does. A few months back, I posted something in one of the Discord in the Creamy Discord about her. But there's dirt to be found. We're gonna be researching everything, and hopefully have some for you very soon. But I just
that would be great.
I just want to say thank you to both of you. You both are completely awesome. I love you both. Keep up all the great work, and
that's the woman you went on a date with there. Looks like
honestly, this is a pretty big get. Paige Turner is ultimate theater queen.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, pretty good.
Paige Turner. Who is she? That is actually very exciting. I hope we get to hear from Paige herself, Matt. And
yes,
if she wants to leave a voicemail or if she wants to call in, any way you want to facilitate that, we'd love to hear and get her side of the story, because so far we've heard from you, we've heard from Gnome Pro, but we haven't heard from the person technically responsible for this fallout, and that's Paige Turner. So we've got to hear from her.
Yeah.
Who might be honestly too famous to get based on her website.
Yeah, well, true, but I think that to clear her name, that she'll probably want to call in. But we'll have to try to find her wherever she's wherever she's hiding or whatever she's doing. So.
Well, thanks for the call,
man. Like I said, keep up.
Yeah.
You're very welcome. Just keep up the great work. Wherever it takes you, we'll follow you guys and love you both.
I appreciate you, Matt. We'll talk to you next week. All right. Have
Talk
a great night.
Next week. Have a good one. You too.
Okay, you too. All right. Looks like we got our last caller here, Card King.
Card King.
And then we're gonna get to all the subaroonies, and then we'll let you guys go for this Monday night. And just another reminder: Thursday is the Patreon this week. Thursday, 6 p.m. Pacific. Card King, you are on Call Kass. It's great to hear you again this week. What's going on, my friend?
Oh, man, I'm actually having a decent night tonight after a week from hell. Ooh. I don't know what the hell it was, brother. But last week, anxiety just kicked my ass down to the ground and just kind of kept me there. Like, it was bad, but it was one of those situations where I didn't know what it was. It could have been that I wasn't taking my dead dad's advice and I wasn't eating enough. It could have been that I did a 17-mile bike ride that included a 4-mile bushwhack through land that I shouldn't have been wearing bike shorts through. And just kind of tore me apart. But my God, man, I got a day-to-day. It's Call Kass. I got two of my favorite people in the world right in front of me. There's been an outpouring of emotional support, and this has just been a good day all around. But I didn't end up deep diving that whole Bridgerton ball issue, or at least the company that put it on.
Ooh, exciting!
And I found some really interesting stuff. And
well, please explain the story. Catch me up here.
Okay. So in Detroit, there was an event that was held that was being compared to the Willy Wonka Experience fiasco in Glasgow. It was an event that was this term was not actually a Bridgerton licensed event. It was just a Bridgerton-esque event that was supposed to be a ball. It was actually the second one of the events they did, because they did a tea party beforehand that went to shit, and apparently they still had enough people interested to do the actual event and showed up. It was just a shit show. People were paying, I saw high end, potentially $1,200 for carriage rides, for full experience type of shit. There was going to be dancers, there was going to be food, there was going to be a banquet, and the chicken was raw. There was Firefest, similar, but this was more local to Detroit, and didn't quite break out, which is actually one of the interesting things. And I'm watching it right now. There's I did see one report on that particular dancer. They hired her to do acrobatics and flag waving stuff, and she's like, "Y'all, I'm a stripper. Can I just pole dance?" And okay, yes, and that'll work. However, the company behind it, because I ended up getting really interested in the company behind the Wonka Experience in Glasgow, and Case can vouch for this. I ended up finding the Illuminati recruitment website because of it, and doing that one. So this time, when they said this was the same thing, I had to see what the hell was going on. Did not find the Illuminati this time, but what I did find was two individuals that are, one who is sketchy as hell, One who might be legitimate, but is keeping very, very, very fucking far away from the situation. I will. So there's one of two articles that are online. One of them's from Fox 2 called "Bridgerton Ball Flop in Detroit Reveals More Problems with Event Management Company." Or when it was actually still being promoted, and this was by CBS, a Bridgerton-themed ball coming to Detroit. Now, this event was put on by a company called Uncle and Me LLC, which has only two people that work for it full-time. There's supposed to be an uncle and a niece. The uncle's name is Jeremy Scott, who I found absolutely fucking nothing on. I mean, it didn't help that he has the exact same name as one of the biggest fashion designers in the U.S., but he seems to be he might be a potential money man in the situation. However, formerly on their website, I was actually able to find it, and because of that CBS article, which actually has a snapshot of the website that they used to have before they took it down, that he supposedly ran a company called King LLC, spelled Q-I-N-G. Now, I don't have an entire database of every LLC in the country, but I was able to access the public stuff for Michigan. There is no King LLC in Michigan. The only one that is named after
I feel like I'm watching one of those YouTuber faux journal like gotcha videos. This is so great. I'm really enjoying this. Keep going. Sorry.
I got interested, and I had to drop this stuff somewhere because otherwise I just randomly cyberstalk two people. But if I call it citizen journalism, then it's okay, and I didn't waste my time.
Please keep going.
But the only King LLC I found was a party planning company in the Bronx that is owned by an Asian woman. Now, the little I know about Jeremy Scott is he's not an Asian woman, and I don't know if he was the money behind it, if he was something, but he wasn't associated. Now, the one that has became really interesting, and I had a lot of issue kind of like discerning what was going to happen, was the other member of the company, Chelsea Beard, who runs a holistic wellness company called Holistic Herbalism that did not do fucking good. I mean, her Facebook was literally getting like 1 or 2 likes, and she was literally putting those there herself. And I don't want to say that it's a naturalism grift, because that shit happens and people have been doing the supplement grift for a while now. And she might have been starting her own stuff, like she was doing pressed fruit drinks, herbal supplements. But the few reviews I found before she started getting a few review bombs from her participation in the Bridgerton ball fiasco were people that were like, oh yeah, we saw you are in association to some random quack doctor who was offering herbal remedies to clear chlamydia. So I'm not sure if this was just, people that didn't trust what was going on, or if this, trust what's going on in the medical establishment, and this was like something she believed in. But the thing that spooked me, and it was the fact that a Fox affiliate and a CBS affiliate didn't bother fucking vetting these people before they started promoting their stuff, is that they have put on quite a few events. And all of their events are hinky as hell. Now, apparently they did a Tea Party type situation that happened a couple of months, maybe a month before the ball, that the only person that was there was Chelsea Beard. And it was apparently, there was very little food. It was a Fire Fest situation where people were getting like cheese sandwiches and stuff like that. Before that, though, and the thing that's like kind of shocked me is they managed to put on an event called the Motor City Summer Festival, which actually had footage some
of their prep for it.
Well, that was the thing, is that you will find very, very little in terms of coverage from that event. And one of the people that was on the event was named Skilla Baby, who I live in Montana. I don't follow the rap scene, didn't hear about it. But punch that name in, and he's a guy with 1 million Instagram followers and just won the BET Young Up and Coming Artist Award.
Ooh,
so
okay.
This is something that was
He's connected to this?
However, what?
Is Skilla Baby connected to the Bridgerton fiasco, is what you're saying?
No, but it was into an earlier event now that had a similar issue because Chelsea Beard, who was the primary kind of focus behind this company, had started doing pop-up events or started becoming known for doing pop-up events, or at least started advertising herself of doing pop-up events as early as 2020, which, I mean, granted, okay, you're an entrepreneur, but you really want to set up pop-up events right during a pandemic, but I guess she made enough of a name and made enough connections that it started happening. But they ended up doing the one that got me with. But yeah, so the one that got me was the Motor City Summer Festival, which had 3 of the, I think 4 of the 5 big names that were supposed to be there actually show up. But one of the artists that got there apparently didn't get paid at all and put them on blast a couple of weeks before the whole Bridgerton thing went sideways. And the thing is that when I was looking up the Wonka Experience and how that happened, that was pretty much his first shot. But there was a lot of crazy shit where he ended up. The guy behind that was a guy named Billy Cole, who possibly stole a bunch of COVID relief money and a bunch of money that was supposed to be allocated for drug addiction and treatment. And he had a nonprofit that mysteriously closed, had a bunch of money disappear, and then tried to run for office and didn't go anywhere. But for a while, I thought Chelsea was actually the victim in this situation, or at least a victim in this situation. However, the more I look at this, I think this was all pushed by her, with Jeremy Scott, her uncle, being the big name behind it that actually had some money. And in the Fox News article, he actually talks about, well, yeah, we started this LLC so that I could get my niece's hand out of my pockets. And all of a sudden, literally going from nothing and doing kind of flea market pop-ups, they're suddenly putting on, they did one that was for a holistic wellness event for holistic mommies. That was a Cinco de Mayo event that didn't get very much coverage, didn't get much publicity, but I mean, it happened. And then you had out of nowhere suddenly shifting to the rap scene with some decent names show up. And now granted, she had to rent an empty square, not exactly a building. And they just kind of had the event out in the open. To all of a sudden,
Bridgerton was event out.
Bridgerton was in a building, Kass.
This was the other one.
Had its own well, that was the thing, is that for having an event that had at least 3 or 4 big, at least within local kind of the scene, the only advertising and the only kind of footage I saw was one account, or 2 technically, because there was one photographer who is also must be a hustler because he's selling his photography skills and helicopter tours of Detroit off of his Instagram.
You went deep.
And then there's actually one person. Yeah, and so I was shocked. How did this get no coverage? Not on Instagram. Even.
Well, it looks like it just wasn't very well attended, because I did find a Detroit Twins account where there's some footage, and it just doesn't look like there's a lot of people there.
Yeah, they basically looked like it showed up. They maybe had I don't think they even charged tickets. They just said this is happening, and whoever shows up shows up. Or at least if they were selling tickets, that they weren't listed on any of the flyers.
Card King, I do have to tell you, as a guy who promoted a lot of improv shows in Chicago, I do have a little bit of sympathy for these fraudulent promoters trying to get anyone to show up for their thing. Though I will say it does sound like, they might have been up to, a little more false promotion than I think is acceptable.
Well, ultimately what's going to end up happening, and this is something that apparently Fox and CBS didn't do. I ended up actually finding the LLC paperwork for Uncle and Me. Now, here's going to be the really interesting issue. There is only one agent that is listed on the company, which means the one person who is actually responsible for it, and that's Chelsea Beard. Which was the reason I thought originally that she was literally just getting thrown under the bus, because if that pop-up stuff was true and she actually kind of built up a reputation with influencers and getting connections set up on her end, that I thought originally was like, maybe she's, maybe her uncle put her in a situation that she couldn't handle. However, Miss Chelsea Beard, unless her husband has a really good paying job, is living way beyond her means. Or at least is vacationing way above her means, because one of the few posts that is available, like still on her private account, is her taking a summer vacation to a resort that I actually was able to find, a resort in Florida that I was able to find, and apparently they were charging about $1,000 a night for the villa that she was staying in. Ooh, that is some Billy Cole level shit, where the money just seemed to enter her pocket. And and now again, Jeremy Scott has just entered the fucking ether. He is nowhere. And Chelsea Beard put out one comment that, one second, I gotta get to it really quick. Yeah, so her response to the whole event, and with a video I'm almost positive she edited, but may have also included some AI stuff, because there are some weird camera shots in there. So this was her response, the public company response to the whole fiasco. We understand that not everyone had the experience they anticipated at our event on Sunday night at the Harmony Club, and for that we sincerely apologize. Our goal was to create a magical evening, but we recognize that organizational challenges and unforeseen changes, such as a venue change, I'm interjecting really quick, because apparently they're going to set this at a castle, or at least a castle-like structure, apparently didn't get it down, and then 3 days later had to shift the entire thing to a place called the Harmony Club, which it's a nice building, but doesn't exactly tie into everything, including a last-minute venue and date change. Impacted the experience for some guests. Unfortunately, some non-refundable deposits from the original bookings resulted in losses on our end, which added to the challenges, which means they lost a shit ton putting on this event. Nonetheless, we take full responsibility for these shortcomings, so she's tying her uncle into this whole mess. Please know that we are working diligently to address all concerns, and we will be reaching out further with further details shortly. Your feedback, both great and positive and constructive, is greatly appreciated. You can expect an email with next steps. We want to extend a special thanks to those who attended. Y'all look breathtaking, and we're excited to share the recap and video soon.
Well, that's nice.
The recap is an Instagram video that is about 30 seconds long with a lot of kind of edits in it. So out of everything that went wrong in that event, she was still able to cobble about, at least an Instagram video out of it. So apparently it was a plus.
Well, Card King,
I'm surprised she didn't use that to promote the next event in that same apology.
Card King, just in the interest of putting a bow on this, is there anything that you want? Is there any justice you want to see happen here? Do you feel like someone needs to be held responsible, or are you more fascinated just by the ins and outs of it?
Well, I was fascinated by the ins and outs of it. Honestly, I think there ought to be some kind of investigation put in here. Like there was just a situation where somebody who was making, again, cold pressed juices and selling herbal supplements went from that to all of a sudden putting on spontaneous rap shows to putting on Bridgerton events, and nobody fucking noticed. And it's at most because Fox and the Fox affiliate out of Detroit actually promoted not only the Cinco de Mayo wholesome holistic mommies event, they also did some advertising for her company, Holistic Herbalism, which, taking a look at the graphic for the Uncle and Me LLC and for her company, it looks like they either got the same Fiverr artist to do both logos, or she tried her best at it, and I don't know if it was at its best, but apparently she at least tried. But yeah, it's fascinating to me that there is this whole apparent party scam scene that is coming up, and I don't know like how it is that they keep getting vetted by local reporters and don't get any kind of pushback. They don't get any kind of criticism. there was drama following events long before that kind of issue came up, and CBS was still like, "Oh yeah, here's this event for everybody in Detroit."
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
Well, a rising tide does raise all boats, but a stupid scam makes for tons of content. So maybe they're just like, I smell money here. Let's let these people continue to put on events.
Yeah, the bar is very low for these. Yeah, go ahead. And
local reporters do about as much vetting as I do, which is to say, 0.
Well, an interesting thing is that it turns out the deal guy, and I know that Kass, and I know you probably perked up a little bit of that name. He actually used to be a reporter. At least he got his start being a deal guy on TV and in USA Today before he ever got there. And that man is above reproach, and is actually protected by the FBI. But that's a deep dive for another story.
What if the actual uncle here, the uncle they've claimed is the uncle, is a misdirect? The real uncle is Mayor of Detroit, Mike Duggan. Just throwing it out there. I have 0 proof of this, but I did find a picture of Mike Duggan, and I did Google Detroit mayor, and I don't know. I'm just making connections here because he's also in Detroit.
No, I'm seeing it here. If he is, then he married the blackest woman in all of Detroit, because there's
which is okay. It's allowed.
Got passed on to his son.
Well, Mike Duggan, who knows? Who knows? I don't know anything about Mike Duggan, so.
Card King, this is fantastic reporting that you've done here today. This is, as has been pointed out in the chat, should be turned into a YouTube expose, a deep dive. I will guarantee you that this woman will be setting up and promoting her next event shortly, very soon. If the worst thing that's happened to her from this sort of botched Bridgerton gala was just like a little bit of bad press, and all she had to do was issue like a comment on Instagram, I can guarantee you that is less than a slap on the wrist that she will be back with something bigger and better. All she has to do is say, we're doing it again, but we're doing it bigger and better this year. And we're not going to have strippers. And it'll be a whole thing. They're already doing a Fire Fest too. Like and that was like that spawned 2 documentaries about the colossal failure and clusterfuck that was. This woman is only on the bigger and better things.
Well, It's interesting you say that, because didn't the guy who did Fire Fest actually end up doing at least a little bit of jail time?
He did, but now, back on
and now he's promoting the second one. Slap on the wrist.
But the one thing I will say, if there was raw food served at the event, she could be in trouble, because one of the few screen caps of the previous website before they shut it down was that they were supposed to have their food vendors, anybody who applied was supposed to show their credentials, or at least prove that they can cook, or whatever, like that they're licensed. If they didn't use that license, like caterers or something like that, and they just there might be an issue with defrauding, or again serving raw food to guests. Which, I mean, if you're the one vouching for it, you might be the one that ends up eating it.
Yeah.
Yep, that'll be a fine and or revoke of any sort of license that's under her name. Easily can be worked around by putting the event in another person's name. She can do the whole thing under a shell company. This is all standard stuff. I actually applaud a little bit of the hustle here, and there's a lot worse things people can. Yeah, that's right, dude. And I want to thank you for the absolutely extraordinary deep dive, Card. And I do think you need to take all those notes and that brain filled with absolute pointless bullshit about this Bridgerton thing and put into a actual video that we can all go like and subscribe to, and or at least at the very least a condensed version on TikTok. Because who knows, maybe you could sort of gain a little bit of foot here as the anti-Chelsea Beard guy. You know what I mean?
Then
Every
you
time
get invited to her next event to confront her.
Exactly.
I don't want to be that. This was just
you already are that.
Again, it was,
well, just saying, consider recording this into a microphone, putting suspense music under it.
And I would have ended up in a fucking long-term parking lot outside of an airport.
I got good ideas for you, okay? I'm going to be your manager. Get to work. let's get you going on this next thing, and that you're going to become the Chelsea Beard takedown guy, and that's how we're all going to know you. Thank you, Card King.
Thanks, Card King.
That's great. All right. Good night, guys.
Fantastic work tonight. Thank you.
Wow, what a huge call to end on.
Dude, huge. I loved every second of that. That was fantastic investigative journalism. I had no idea about that whole thing, but I felt like I understood it all and became an expert in it all in the 20 minutes that took to sort of expound on. So that's going to do it for our Call Kass this week. I'm going to get through my subbies real quick. And then I'm going to see you guys with Case on Thursday. Remember, Patreon is Thursday this week. And we will see you at 6 p.m. Pacific, followed by episode 3 of the Vince McMahon doc on Netflix. So come on by. And we'll give a big shout out to all of you. Obviously, we did a lot of sort of lovey-dovey of our cream team here today. I do really, really appreciate those of you that turn out, even while I'm taking a little bit of a stream break to this once a week cadence while I work this gig. Eliza, thank you for the 12 months. Eliza, let's get some Massimo salutes in the chat for my dear Eliza who hit her year. Thank you, Eliza. Tactics hit 5 months. Welcome back, Tactics, using your Prime. Brian Villa, get out a sub, community sub. Brian, I hope you're well. I miss you, buddy. Sub Warble gave a resub, and he said defund Comcast Spectacor DPS Holdings. We were talking about the failings of G4. Thank you, sub. Gnome Pro gave me a shout out. Giancarlo has hit his 5 months. I really appreciate you coming back, Giancarlo. Sinister Dev, welcome back for 13 months. Aquetus13 resubscribed for 24 months, the official 2 year in that rarefied air with the rest of the 2 years. Dr. Cool's back for 2 years. Welcome in, Dr. Cool. Ungi's in for 2 years. Man, so many people in for 2 years. Thank you guys so much. Daryl's been here for 21 months. Giggle Goblin gave out 5 community subs at the beginning of this stream. Dank Sauce came back for 2 years. And Dank Sauce was our call screener. I'm going to give him a shout out. As you heard on one of the voicemails, he plays Vernon as a GTA RP character. Please watch and support him on his stream. I'm going to link it to you in the chat right now. Go give him some love. Phenom, thank you for the 2 years as well. And everyone that hit that follow button. And if you came in from Bright You This Thing or Butt Channel, welcome. Stick around. We're here every Monday night. Case, are you streaming this week?
Yeah, should be on tomorrow. Back on some news stuff.
Tune
We'll
in.
see what's going on out there.
Hell yeah, brother. Thank
I'll
you
be
so much
reporting
for
on the
hanging with me
Bridgerton Ball
for
of
these-
Rest after tonight's stream.
Yeah, that's right, dude. She's going down. She's absolutely going down. I like to think that he had a whole bulletin board behind him with the lines and the push pins and the scraps of piece of paper, Pepe Sylvia style. Appreciate you, Case. Thank you so much. And I'll see you Thursday for the Patreon.
All right. We'll see you, Cass.
All right. Okay, bye, guys. Have a great night.